Hi everybody, good morning. Wow, it's really bright. I am over at my neighbor's. Their barn is right behind me. I'm gonna go ahead and start piling in some of the loose hay to the back of the truck. Later today, our neighbors are gonna come down and I'm gonna give them a bunch of the black cherry tree trunks as firewood. And we're actually doing that in exchange for the hay bales, and for the hay bales that I got from them right before we had that big cold snap. Using those hay bales, I use those hay bales for wind blocks and also food for the sheep. And originally, I was going to buy the hay bales from them, but I was going to buy the 75 hay bales, but we decided that it would be a good idea to do a trade between the hay bales and the firewood. And even though it's black cherry, which I understand can be used for woodworking projects, I think the diameter of the trees are small enough to where it's not really that valuable as woodworking material, but it's perfect size for firewood. So, and then the rest of this hay here, all of this loose hay, I'm actually going to be using for various things around the household, around the farm. But right now specifically, I'm going to be putting it between the RV and the house because when it rains, that area gets really, really muddy. So it'll be used as basically walking paths and mud control. There's also an area by the carport that gets really, really muddy, and I might actually put some of this down too, so when we back up our truck to leave down the driveway, we don't get make a giant mess and tire tracks and ruts and all that kind of stuff. One of the things that we're finding on our property, since our property is pretty flat and we're kind of in the valley between our neighbors who are up on the hills, we get a lot of water and we get a lot of mud. I'm done for now. I was going to stack all of the pallets, but the dust that's being thrown up from all the stuff that's in between the slats, it's just too much for me, so I'll have to come back with the mask. But I think for now it's pretty good. I have a pretty full, actually I have a very full bed, so I'm going to bring that back to the house and start laying it down. Alright, as you can see, a bunch of hay, loose hay. Now I'm going to spread all of that here between the house, the RV and the house, this area here. Hi Winston. Just kind of in this general area because it gets really, really muddy. I want to get between the house and the RV really good for a walkway. I put an old bale down. This is about how much one bale can cover. One of the problems we have is the free-range chickens come in here and dig it all up, mess it all up. But anyway, I'm kind of wondering if I can use some of this hay and a lot of that dust and debris that are between the pallets as seed for the new field that Matthew's working on. So I'm going to do a little research to see if that's a good idea or not. But anyway, I'm going to get going on getting this stuff spread. Well, shoot, the pitchfork fell out of the back of the truck. I need to go find that. I'll be back after I find it. Okay, I found the pitchfork, thankfully. It was like 100 feet from their barn. So I was just glad I didn't drop it in the street or somewhere else and somebody picked it up. Oh, all right, let's get to work. All right, I think I've gotten this to the point where I want it. I know some of you are thinking all I'm doing is introducing a bunch of weeds and seed and stuff. Yeah, it's probably very, very true. But I want to get this area not so muddy, and it was already weedy beforehand, so it starts growing back in the spring, kind of like it was anyway. So I think I'm going to do the same thing over here where it becomes a muddy mess. So I'm going to move the truck and spread the rest of it over there. I hope that helps a little bit. Probably be better to do like wood chips or rock or gravel, but this is what I have for now. So as long as we can do a backup from the driveway back into there and then come forward down the driveway here, then I think we're good. All right, I got my neighbors here. We got Rita, and we got Howie, and Matthew is still doing some work. He's making a huge dent in the remainder of the pond area. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this stack of black walnut, which is really good firewood for a season or two away from us, and we're gonna stack it in the back of his truck and then head up to his place and unload it. So we can be selective in what we take, so that way you don't grab any ivy. There shouldn't be any ivy on this stuff. Right. Yeah, we were pretty careful. Yeah, you got gloves just in case? Yeah. Okay.
Pretty good, huh?
As long as it's sharp. Okay, so they got their truckload. I offered to follow them up to their house and help them unload it, but they refused, so they'll be back for 1 or 2 other loads on another day, not today. Then we'll have plenty for them when they're ready. There's some pretty sharp thorns in there.
Oh yeah.
There you go. I'll just drive forward. It wasn't the intention for you to come over and work, like, but I appreciate it.
I was supposed to come over here and work.
Well, yes. That is true, I guess. Well, Matthew and I decided that using the chainsaws to get the stumps out of the ground, not an effective use of our time. So we're gonna rent a stump grinder sometime next week and grind down all the stumps. So still a lot more work to do, but definitely coming along really nicely. And then I also am glad that I was able to help out the neighbors with some firewood. So we'll see you next time.